The CDC has confirmed 2 cases of monkeypox in children in the U.S. The unrelated cases were likely the result of household transmission. Officials say monkeypox is here. I don't know how dangerous it is. I did a little bit of reading on monkeypox. There is no cure. There are treatments. They're using treatments that are also used for smallpox. I would imagine if you're somebody who's immune compromised, this disease is more tragic or more devastating or more dangerous. But I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist. But from what I've seen, if you get it, you're contagious as long as you're showing symptoms. The symptoms look like they're explained to look like zits, almost like pimples, and they form on like your hands and your face, and like there's certain areas in which you will see these symptoms occur. And they look like pimples. And I looked it up, and it looks kind of disgusting. And as long as you're showing symptoms, you are contagious, and you are contagious anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. So you're dealing with it for a long time, a lot of opportunity to spread it. It's spread through human contact. So, it's similar to when I was a kid getting chicken pox. I remember actually being like, my friend got chicken pox, so I was sent to go stay with my friend so that I would get chicken pox. But now, because of that same virus can come back in adults as shingles, which I've gotten once before. Usually they show up when you're under a large amount of stress. And back in my old life, when I was working at a regular job, very stressful job. The job wasn't very stressful. It was just the constant harassment from management was stressful. The bills, the financial stress of needing to work at a place where the work you do is not respected or valued at all. And just a lot of stress. I hated life, and I would get them, and it they shows up as like a rash on your back, and it hurts. It's like super itchy, but it also causes a lot of pain. And it happens from stress can bring it out. And the older you get, apparently. So I don't know how good it was that I was purposefully exposed to chicken pox, but once you get chicken pox, seemingly, you never got them again, which apparently is the same thing with monkeypox. But I don't know. It doesn't, it's definitely something I guess we don't want getting out into the world, considering there's COVID is still a thing. People can still get COVID that's been able to evolve because everybody would just rather pretend. People just value capitalism and businesses far more than human health. And I mean, that was clear when this whole thing started. People unwilling to put a mask on themselves or their children in order to protect society, to just eliminate this virus in general. People didn't want to do the simplest of things to help eliminate this virus. But, so the fact that this is a thing, I've heard also those same types of people in reference to monkeypox trying to blame it on the homosexual community, the gay community, that it's only a gay virus, which is, the same kind of rhetoric that they spouted during the AIDS crisis, which, maybe the ways in which the AIDS virus was transmitted were made more likely in the situation of 2 gay men having sex, that would be a more conducive environment for that virus to spread. But that wasn't the case. It wasn't maybe AIDS was, the conspiracy theory for AIDS was that it was engineered to eliminate the gay population, is one of the conspiracy theories for that. But it wasn't a disease that only affected gay people. And when people try to use that same kind of rhetoric, that same kind of explanation for monkeypox, really just reeks of homophobia. I mean, it's so, like, blatant these days, so obvious these days when people who are racist or homophobic or misogynistic or any of these things, how they want to blame all of the other marginalized groups for things that are happening, right? It's always other people's fault that this is happening to us. It's not the fact that we aren't taking personal responsibilities in ourselves. It's not the fact that we're just ignoring the fact that a virus exists and we're not following any of the protocols that would help eliminate this virus. We would just rather pretend it's not our situation and blame it on somebody else. That is like the American way in so many ways, and it's so disgusting. And even though it seems like this is something that clearly contagious, lasts a long time, but doesn't seem to be as, like, damaging as COVID is, right? Like, I don't think people, aside from maybe immune compromised people and maybe children and elderly, like, it doesn't seem like it affects people that much, aside from having these rashes and it taking so long to get rid of. Now, maybe, like COVID, if we don't get a handle on this and it continues to spread, maybe it will evolve into something that's more dangerous. I would imagine that is a potential possibility, and a reason why we should be so, cautious with the fact that this is now in the United States. And by the time this episode comes out, I would imagine it is spread far beyond just two unrelated situations. But it's the new thing. It's a new thing, which, it's just all of these things, whether it's viruses, diseases, fires, floods, severe weather, severe temperatures, like droughts, all of these things are related in the way that human beings just don't want to take any personal responsibility for anything. Right? We are all the bull in the china shop, and we're blaming the china shop for not protecting their china, not protecting their fragile existence. It's not our fault that we are so clumsy and destructive. Anyway, monkeypox, y'all.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at InspiredDisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at InspiredDisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.